Hey folks, my name is Pravus. Welcome to more New Cycle, the post-apocalyptic diesel punk colony builder, which, for the record, releases into early access today on January 18th. Now, of course, this video is still sponsored by Daedalic Entertainment, and of course, thanks for that. But if you would like to learn more about the game and the early access, which just began, you can find a link in the description down below. Now, in the last video, I'd say we started off looking really strong, and very quickly, everything has turned against us. Our production is looking absolutely atrocious, partly because we got threatened by a giant ship, and they are absorbing a lot of our resources, crushing our morale, and so on. So this is looking like we're in pretty dire straits all of a sudden. We need to get some more morale, and quickly. I think we're actually producing plenty of water now because of the extra resources we're getting from off the map, so this will help. I need to try to go up to more regular meals, but if we're gonna pull that one off, I think we need to get ourselves another couple of soup kitchens. I want to get rid of these. I don't like having 6 soup kitchens, because that's what I'm gonna go for here, is probably 6 of them. But in order to make that work, we're going to need to get ourselves a kitchen, which is a tier 2 building, and we have the ability to get a lot of stuff in cycle 5 pretty soon, but we're gonna need a lot of electricity and other resources, including, let's see, we just finished researching switches and circuits. So I should be able to produce wire, I think, at the smith. Then I can get the enforced durability to get tin. But in cycle 5, that's where I need to get things like the pub and better meals, better metalworking techniques, and static turbines. A coal generator, a way of getting a lot of electricity. Yeah, that sounds pretty helpful. And there's the kitchen, the cemetery, better rites, infirmary, medicine. Oh yeah, so many things in cycle 5 we need. But I have to get things like the wire up and running first, and with our production being as low as it is, that's not looking good. We're at 30% efficiency. Only 30%, and morale is looking atrocious, just to give you an idea. Something we could consider doing is sending some of our workers to go and get things at a hunter's cabin. Now, to give you an idea, this gives you 38 food production per day. As a contrast, let's actually take a look at one of our gathering huts over here. 3 workers is currently getting me 29 food a day. Now, I don't know if that's partly because, the efficiency is so low, but it certainly seems like for only 2 workers, 38 food in some of these off-map areas is a strictly better deal. So I am happy to get things like the hunter's cabins up and running. We'll send a couple people over here, and that should be a pretty big boost to our food supply. That said, every one of these soup kitchens is only providing like 9 food, 16 food a day. Wow, that's interesting. 1 extra worker would actually boost up the workforce in this building so much that it would go from 9 to 16. That is way more than just increasing by like 25%. Kind of goes to show how good that would be. Right, fair enough. We need some more immigration and or population so I can take advantage of those hunters' cabins. Once we do that, I think our meat needs are going to be solved. Let's go ahead and get another one of those smiths we had learned about before. Go ahead and hook that up onto the grid like so. And then, honestly, these forges have not been super efficient for us, and we're not producing nearly enough iron bars and so on. Might be worth trying to move on to the smelter, a tier 2 tech. I need some wire, and this is going to take 450 electricity, but would be generally better. Honestly, a lot of our economy is going to settle itself after we get rid of this labor theft thing we had from the ship that came by to visit. That was minus 25 morale, which is huge, and minus 40 workforce, I believe, which is even also more huge. So our economy's really been destroyed because of that. Once that resolves and goes away, I think we're going to be in a much better spot. More population, that helps actually. Hold on. So now we have another 26 workers to go with. Let's make sure we send people to go working here in the forest. That should help a little bit. We could try going for even more food elsewhere, or more water or something else. I think we're okay there for the moment. Let's go ahead and place down some additional kale farms and stuff so I can get some vegetables, other alternative recipes. We're burning through our mushrooms a bit fast. And I really feel like I'm going to need some more smelting and stuff. Get the iron ingots up and running, because we're not making enough tools. And I think a big part of that is just generally the efficiency is awful. But also, I don't think we have enough iron ingots for long. This is going to start burning out pretty quick. We have a disturbance. Societal risks. Under the right conditions, anything can become rotten. The free barter arrangement has put some of us in a difficult situation. Well, that was not the exact point, but okay. What are you recommending? Everyone chooses from themselves. We will not go back on our decision or revoke it. We don't know how the majority will respond. I'm going to assume that this is a small minority, and minus 25 per morale. Really? God, we have none to work with as is. Now we have separatists? Okay. Good, 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 good. Hang in there a little bit longer. Also, everyone is losing hope. This gives me, like, what, 4 days to boost morale above 40. I don't even know if that's possible anymore. We're at negative 16 because of these stacking events. At least the cost of rejection will go away in 3 days. So between this and the labor theft, both will expire in time. We'll be okay. But wow! What else can I do? Can I get something like, let's say, a guardhouse? I need wire for that. Do I not still have any wire? I should have been producing some. I'm producing 3 per day, at best. Wow. Yeah, a guardhouse would help boost everyone's need for security. I think that would boost morale substantially. All right, so the labor theft is now gone. So morale is going to start gradually building up. We should see efficiency and stuff start get a little bit better. And hopefully with our efficiency going up, we can get better meals, which means I can make people even happier, so we can get even more efficiency, and a lot of problems start to resolve themselves. I think we have to try to go up toward regular meals, boost that morale even faster. Part of the problem is this is going to take a while to tick up, and I've only got 3 days. I'm not even sure if it's going to get above 40 in time. It might. Yeah, we're still at subpar morale. I need to get above 41. How are we doing on water? Not enough. What about clothing tools? Is there anything else we could distribute that would make this a little bit better? Not really. I really wish I could get that dang security up and running. That would help. Actually, never mind. That was enough. We got above 40. Okay, problem solved. Next time they may not be so patient. Thanks for the threats. That makes me feel better. Well, we're burning through our water very quickly, but we know the solution to that. You place down a whole bunch of wells. It costs a little bit in terms of materials, but it really isn't that bad. And if it doesn't take extra workers, this is only a good thing for me. I'd rather have so much water that I can double up everyone's rations and make sure we get a bit of a health boost as well as some morale. That said, part of the problem is I'm also spending a ton of water working on getting vegetables, which is, yeah, that's the only reason we're draining through so much, but I needed the extra food source. Now you can see Simple Meals, by the way, are getting back on track where they needed to be. Okay, that's good. Mushrooms, we're burning through them pretty fast, admittedly, which is interesting, because I only have 2 soup kitchens on that, but it's apparently not enough. We have extra workers. Where's another gathering hut that we can start working on? I need to find more food sources. More mushrooms and meat over this direction. Honestly, good enough for me. Place it. The wells are done. We should see our water income boost up now. Now we're getting back into the positive on things like tools. We're getting back into the positive on clothes. Food's looking great. Water's still struggling, but hopefully that improves in a bit. Okay, I think we may have found our footing again. Oh, and Carla arrived with all of her newcomers and stuff. A total of 11 workers, 2 craftsmen, and 5 children just joined us. Ah, right. Just in time for winter, huh? Okay. Ooh, boy. Well, that's 20 more morale. I'll take it. Oh, hold the phone. We do need to have workers over here with water. I don't know how I missed this last time. I do apologize for misleading people in the previous video, but yeah, we do need some people to start carrying it. All right, actually, it's a good thing then we just got ourselves some extra people. This makes sense to me. I think it seemed a little bit weird that the water just sort of appeared. So, okay, now we're starting to produce an absolute ton of water. This solves the problem. And of course, winter is here. By the way, we are done delivering goods over to the ship. We don't want to be tormented like this again. Even if we don't have the power or the weapons to fight back today, we must find solutions to prevent this in the future. Yeah, I don't much care for being extorted. That absolutely obliterated me. But I have a feeling if we didn't do that, they would probably come back and, like, force us, and it would be even worse. So this was kind of damage control. Do we have enough wire that I can do some additional constructions? We should by now. Let's see, guardhouse, there it is. Yep, we can do that and place it, actually, right next to where the tavern was. This will boost some of the housing, at least. All right, that's going to be extra morale for me. I really want to get the static turbines. The extra electricity could be kind of important for me. Earned rights, medicine, man. Pressurized systems are needed, though, and I don't have that yet. That would be right down here, which is where we get alcohol, and I'll need a lot more water and stuff for that, too. Probably some wheat. Hello, tinned rations for region improvement, but we need bronze for this. So we do need a special kind of food. Okay, my instincts on that were correct from the last video, but it hasn't been an issue so far. We are going to want this. Oh gosh, there's so much stuff I need right now. Not to mention, I'd love to get a kitchen, right? Get a kitchen that starts producing much higher efficiency meals and also better quality meals. That could only be a good thing. Still, let's work on the enforced durability. We're going to need to learn how to get tin, because I need to start forging bronze. Winter is over. How bad was year 7? Okay, we got 65% replenishment. That's not phenomenal. But okay, population jumped up by 53 in a year. That's part of our problem, honestly. Lots of extra consumption that way. Water not looking great. Nah, it'll be fine. Rations improved significantly. No problems as far as buildings. No one died. Okay, solid. And this is going to boost up our morale by 40 now that spring has returned. Perfect time to go ahead and start getting some of those research done. Can we start analyzing some extra deposits? I'd like to do this in a couple of places. We need to find out where the tin is located. We've got plenty of iron around. Well, it says that, actually. No resources nearby. 55,000 copper ore? Good. These mines are going to last a long time. We discovered coal and iron over here. That's not the tin that I'll be looking for. Then again, maybe we can't discover tin until this is actually researched. That could very well be. Hey, static turbines. I just realized. This symbol looks familiar. Hold on. If we go to the world map, there were a couple of areas, right over here, for example, where I couldn't get any resources, but maybe we could get some power generation. Ooh, send power back to New Björk? That could be good. There we go. Tin is done. Okay, so static turbines, or do we go for something else first? Region improvement I very badly want. Okay. Well, we should be able to get bronze and stuff now that we can start getting some tin. Let's start working toward electricity. Oh, for God's sake! Alright, our mine just got blown up and someone died. And we also have a fire, because ongoing fires are going to reduce efficiency by another 25. Oh, good lord. Alright, go for a balanced response. We can't afford to kill our efficiency quite that much. Okay, and we did discover tin over here. So we'll go ahead and assign a few workers to this, a couple craftsmen to boost up the workforce. The dawn of fossil fuels! We're about to break new ground. For a very long time, we were able to generate power using fossil fuels again. From now on, we won't be at the mercy of the wind. Good. We need to get ourselves our first generator. Yeah, but that means I need a lot more wire. So, we need to create a fuel reserve of 1,200 coal. Sure. It's going to take a while for me to work on that, but sure. So, real quick, let's check the valley. Can I build some structure that gets me power? It doesn't look like it. No, maybe that's maybe I overanalyzed this. Maybe this is not something we're able to get as some free power. That's a shame. Would have been kind of cool, but I don't know. Or maybe it's something we unlock later on. Who knows? I'm not going to rule anything out at this point. There's still a lot that I'm learning about this game. It's actually really quite expansive. There's a lot to manage. It seemed very simple at the start, but it's getting complicated. Well, we need to get a smelter. That's no longer optional, so let's go ahead and place one of those down. And we have yet another event. Social hierarchies. All right, this may sound a bit sinister at first, but here's out. We've all worked hard and paid the price to make life here what it is. We provided a level of comfort and order that can be considered a luxury in this world. Still, it's not right that newcomers should immediately have access to the same opportunities and welfare as those who have paid a heavy price. Aha. All right, so we could pass some regulations that basically say that people who've been here for a long time have preferential treatment. Okay, or I'd say we can't put down our fellows. Yeah, I'd say I don't know why we would do this. No, I'm going to reject that one. Look, at the end of the day, as much as, you know, it is a thing where you've been here and you contributed for a long time, you may feel like you're entitled to special benefits, but as long as they're actively contributing, I'd say those who work get to enjoy the benefits. That's how this should work. By the way, food is looking solid. I could consider maybe boosting up morale with more food. That's such a huge jump, though. 187 to 327? Like, I don't know about that one, man. That's like an extra 150 food. I don't think I'm producing enough to justify that. No, I'm not. Ugh. Well, let's get the smelter up and running. I need those bronze ingots, and this actually does take exclusively craftsmen. Okay, good to know. So we've got some copper, we've got some tin. We should be able to start working on this. Perfect. So we'll make copper bars so we can make wire, right? And then we'll use the excess copper to make that. Tin, I think, only has the value of going for bronze. Still, 9 a day. That's not a lot of bars, but all right. It should be enough to let us finish this special project. Remember in the last video, we had that huge solar flare. And people were like, you know, we should probably, like, research this to see what the impact is going to be on the environment. Because, like, fair enough. that could become a disaster very quickly if we don't figure out how to adjust. And honestly, as far as what's gonna happen, I wouldn't be surprised if the replenishment rate for all of our resources continues to drop as the Earth gets progressively more out of balance. So the sooner we can do this, probably the better. There we go. Objective complete. Okay, special project has officially begun. It's gonna take, like, what, 2 years to complete? That's gonna be a while. And what's going on now? Oh, great. It reduces our knowledge output by 45%, and certain buildings will be used to produce some tools, workbenches, and measuring instruments. So productivity in the metalworks, kilns, and forges drops by 30 for 25 days. Ouch. Well, let's go ahead and do the region improvement. This is going to let me start building out some roads and other useful things. Okay, and with region improvement, we now have access to the tinned resources. But what about in a place like, let's say, here in the Highlands, where I should have people working to get me some meat and food, water, and so on. If I were to get roads, this takes stone, a lot of stone. I don't have that. Right, we also can get things like the woodcutter, which can get me 4 logs, which doesn't feel like a lot, and the mine for mineral production. And I don't know if we can select what kind of mines we want. Also, now that we know what food supplies are, I'm guessing this is going to become a problem for us. So what can I do as far as, like, getting myself some special supplies? Also, can we please deal with some more regulations and stuff? Hi, Chica, what's up? New arrangement. We don't have enough clothing. We have plenty of clothing. What are you talking about? We need to get a new formula? Average per capita clothes distribution must be decreased, but the chance for disease decreases as well. Interesting. Use leather and linen instead of just leather. Oh. Okay. For that, we need farms. I can do that. Sure. We can get ourselves a new recipe. I need to get a farm up and running then, where the fertility is reasonably high, which is still going to be in this general vicinity. Since we're starting to get some coal, I do kind of want to get myself a coal generator. It's going to take probably a lot, but if we can do this, I betcha this is going to help us provide a lot of delicious power. Doesn't look like this even needs to be connected to a road. I'll be honest, something tells me I'm going to have to reorganize this entire map at some point to become more grid efficient, but for now, this will be fine. Let's get that power up and running so I can continue doing mining and other things with impunity and see how much this actually provides. And there we go. Produce electricity. Okay, and depending on how many workers you put into it... I'm sorry, hold on. It produces how much power? 9,000? Wowzas. Okay, yeah, tell you what. We'll leave on just the 2 craftsmen. That's... wow. Wow, alright. I'll bet you we find a way to go through that really fast, but even so... And the people have a request for me. Notes and doodles. Alright, we cross new thresholds to be able to live like human beings. We know how essential paper is to development, but people would like to be able to use it more freely. 15% knowledge gain for all classes. Pubs supply paper to their population every day. I don't have any pubs, so this isn't going to hurt me at all. Yeah, alright, sure, why not? I mean, if I can start producing plenty of paper and stuff, I think that's worth it. By the way, if I want to start upgrading some of these houses from simple shacks, we can do that. And I think that's probably a good idea. Let's go ahead and start getting a few upgrades. There we go. That's looking far more respectable. Okay. So, I assume that this just... Well, first off, it takes a lot of extra power, but I assume this just generally makes people happier. Higher morale and all of that. That is my assumption. I think it's a fair assumption. I guess we were supposed to get a maintenance building at one point or another, too, weren't we? Yeah, we were supposed to do that. Sure, let's go ahead and get it now. Also, we have finished our preparations to begin measuring the environment. All right, so we'll start taking measurements in the air, water, and the soil. Ask for patience while we make progress. Sure, that's fine. I'll give you all the time you need. Let's research those pressurized systems. We'll learn about the distillery and how to start making alcohol. And in preparation of that, I do think we want to place down another farm. So let's say one over here to start producing wheat. Farm is ready. Grain. Go ahead and start getting 4 workers. 214 per day. We're at 145 efficiency right now, by the way. I've had a couple of events for finishing some of these buildings, so morale has skyrocketed, which is awesome. Okay, there's the pressurized systems done. I want to work toward earned rights. We can finally solve the healthcare problem. Let's see, a distillery consumes 750 electricity. That is a lot, ain't it? So the infirmary is going to cost me a lot of bricks. I don't have that many bricks. I've used up a lot. Still having some population issues. Would like to get more immigration soon. Anyway, that can lead to community foundations. Let's research that next to get the kitchen and also a cemetery. I apparently have a dire need. Now, let's see. Drinks? Yep, I was correct. All right, so this does take water, grain, and glass. Medicine needs herbs, glass, alcohol, and tin. Alcohol comes from just straight-out grain. Interesting. All right, well, for now, let's go ahead and start making drink, because then I can start distributing that at my tavern and get morale up for everybody. And apparently we've reached the next cycle. Didn't mean to do that either, but now we're on cycle 6. Oh my. Okay, hang on. Orchards, conveyor belts? Barns, communication hubs, mining facilities, oil pumps, petrol refineries, and a vocational training center. I'm pretty sure now we can actually start getting specialists. And conveyor belts, huh? So we can now start greatly improving the efficiency of some of our construction buildings? Well, that's enticing. And we have nowhere near enough paper to actually continue with some of this stuff. Yeah, distributing the paper around has been costing me a little bit. Still, okay, so we're distributing drinks. That means that entertainment is indeed going up in a lot of places. All right, so everyone's happy with that. Perfect. Well, we'll come back to some of that in a little bit. Kitchen is finally an option. I need more iron. Fair enough. We'll worry about that in a bit. What about the cemetery? There it is. Take some bricks and other useful things. We can go ahead and place that over here, for example. And that way, we can finally get rid of this need, which I don't even know what this is doing for us. Maybe we're going to have, like, an increased disease chance or something. I'm not sure. Burned and battered. The threshold of an uprising. We work long hours in this scorching weather without a proper water supply. Huh? Wait, what? I got enough water. Oh, but not for long, I don't. Okay, we're on the edge. Attraction goes down. Morale goes down. Water supply is low. Uh-huh. All right, hang on. Ooh, boy. Right. Let's see where I'm missing some water. We need to get a water pump. That's what we need. All right, there's some water sources up over here. Not very good sources, mind you. I see 3, but it doesn't say that there's a ton to work with. Up over here, there's plenty, though. Good. All right, so let's go ahead and place you over here. It doesn't even look like this requires a road. So let's get this built. And this produces another 112 a day. It actually does say it wants to be connected to a road, even though that wasn't an absolute necessity. So fair enough, it's still worthwhile. Okay, that brings me up to the positive for our water production, at least for the moment, so that's good. Yeah, it does seem to be generally better than a well. Not by an absolute ton, though. Okay, now it's up to 160 water per day. Okay, so that's definitely better than the 96 I was getting. So maybe it's worth getting rid of the wells and replacing these with the pumps. I think so. And seriously, I can't afford to sit around on this any longer. We have got to get a proper kitchen up and running. All right, can I upgrade a soup kitchen? Let's do that. There we go. All right, I haven't researched the better meals yet, so I can't do anything here. What I was hoping to find is a way of getting the food rations, but I don't see a way to do that. Okay, out of curiosity, is this substantially better than some of the other forms of making food? 96 per day, contrast that with, where's the other fish? 64. So yeah, a kitchen is just an objectively more efficient way of getting food. So that's good, and we'll then eventually get the fair meals. But where do I get the food rations? Well, we are at least starting to produce some resources here again, even if I haven't got this. I'm still not sure how this food supply works yet, but it's a thing. 0 out of 6. Huh. But we are getting our stuff, so I guess it's fine, question mark. Well, but this region, for example, is getting 0, but this region is. So do you need roads at some point? Is that a thing? We also got a rat infestation. Well, with enough simple traps, we could solve our problems. Yeah, didn't we have pets? I guess cats aren't doing their jobs. Well, we'll produce a bit of lumber and some iron, and then we'll enjoy just killing all the animals, all the rats. That'll be fine. Can we swap over to producing a bit of alcohol for a bit? What do you mean max storage reached for alcohol? Apparently. Okay. No, that's not true. No, okay. I don't know why it's saying we've reached max storage there. Maybe we're at max storage elsewhere, too. But either way, let's get that going so we can start working on getting some medicine. I know I'm going to need some of that. I'm also struggling to get enough iron production up and running. Let's go ahead and build that in a couple places, especially where I already have some roads set up. Of course, this is going to require a tool supply as well. Again, not sure how that's going to work, but as long as we provide them, in theory, we can get ourselves a lot of extra material. Doing a lot better on our water supply now that we have the pumps up and running. Food is breaking even right now. That's not bad. We're looking okay on most other supplies, but not by much. Tools are barely starting to build up. Still doing great on clothes and such. Paper, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, iron is the only thing that I'm currently lacking, and I'd love a lot more stone production, but that's why we dug a second pit. I think we should go ahead and learn about some of the advanced metalworking techniques. Yeah, we can get a metalworks. That's an upgrade for things. That could be good. I don't know what the production chains does, by the way. General Workshop? General Workshop. What does this do? Modernized workbenches for sequential assembly planning. Huh. I guess I'll learn what this is. I'm curious. And with production chains done... Oh, there's the tinned rations and stuff! Okay, that's exactly what I was looking for. Thank you. Oh, God, another lightning strike. What now? Oh, don't break my smelters. Ugh. All right, well, we've reached our milestone. We've been able to provide medicine and drink for people. Still don't have, like, a proper infirmary. I should get that. And let's see. To get rations, we take some bronze and some of our meals. I'm just going to assign a couple craftsmen over here. I think 30 per day is probably plenty. We don't have the ability to start getting power tools or supplies yet, but at some point we will. And here comes a sandstorm. Also, what do you mean I'm out of power? Is the coal power plant not producing enough anymore? All right, we'll go ahead and boost this up a little bit. Yeah, its production dropped substantially. Hold on, is that a thing because of, like, the sandstorm? Maybe it's the workforce reduction. That could very well be. Well, I do want to get myself an infirmary, so I guess we'll place one over here. And we've cleared out all of the rats. Beautimus. I think we actually may have to reject this group of strangers. Much as I might have liked to boost up my population, we're not quite keeping up in terms of meals and water and stuff yet, so we have to pull back on that. So, what are the extra food supplies doing for me? Interestingly, it looks like the region actually is producing more than it used to. Huh. Wonder why that would be the case. Yeah. I think the food supplies actually just make everything more efficient. Well, that would be interesting if so. The infirmary's up and running, by the way. All right, so medicine for everybody is going to boost up their health, and also fruit. Are you saying an apple a day keeps the doctor away? I love it. And we also have learned how to make better meals. All right, what's involved in this? You take 2 different types of ingredients. So, for example, I have lots of meat and grain. I can make doner kebabs. Doner kebabs are freaking delicious. So I'm all about it. Let's go ahead and start producing those. We're going to get much better quality meals, still getting 96 per day. It's just taking up a lot of extra resources to do it. So this is far more expensive. But I am assuming that the better meals are needed for some people. We don't have any specialists yet. So that hasn't been an issue. Interesting, by the way. Looks like craftsmen require extra rations just to be okay. Well, that sucks. And has our health improved dramatically? Not nearly as much as you would expect. Part of that is because it is still winter. I think we're going to get up to regular pretty soon here, and that is the best we have had, for sure. Well, I would like to learn how to go ahead and get the agriculture up and running, or sorry, arboriculture up and running, so we can start producing that fruit, which should make health go up even more. We have successfully survived for 10 years in New Björk. All right, 63% replenishment is not phenomenal, but it's okay. And population's not growing as fast, but that is more or less by design. Industry is definitely up and running. Our resources are looking a lot better. Now that we're extracting resources from the rest of the world, things are starting to improve increasingly. Though the delicate balance of all these different production chains is becoming harder and harder for me to manage. We're getting somewhere, though. I've just got a ways to go before I'm going to feel super duper secure. Now, if we take a look at the world map, you can see that there is a lot more that I need to exploit. Now, here's the real kicker, right? This all feels really solid. We're getting a pretty decent amount of extra resources out of some of these places. 78 extra meat, 150 water, 56 iron. All that's awesome. Imagine we get to a point where I start having proper railway routes, right? We start getting some trains, loading zones. 80% more daily production bonuses? Yeah, I mean, at some point, the world provides ridiculous amount of resources for you, but getting a railway set up is going to be a little on the expensive side. Well, I do think that we need to be ending up this video here, but we made some pretty phenomenal progress overall. I think we turned a difficult economy around, and I'm feeling like we're in a good spot to deal with some things. We just have little rooms for improvements, little tweaks here and there, and all shall be well. By the way, the orchards are a way of getting some logs, too. Okay, I could see that being very helpful. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed this video of News Cycle and you are excited about the early access which began today. Once again, a very big thank you to Dedelic Entertainment for sponsoring today's video. Of course, there's going to be a link in the description down below if you would like to learn more. And if you do want to see this as an ongoing series, just let me know in the comments section down below. Of course, likes and stuff help as well to let me know what you guys would like to see. Be sure to subscribe for my future content, and of course, I will see you guys next time.